San Francisco has a birthday this week and says the show sounds better than ever. She's finishing medical school in June and would like to know if Larry King has any advice for a young MD.
It's Old Home Week, man.
Jesus, they're going backwards.
It's not a mailbag, it's a history lesson.
Hey, Sabrina, these are some of the things I look for in a young MD. Sabrina,
about journalism.
After going through your residency, you will be exhausted after 30 nights. Lacey Jarcell turns 18 Sunday, and she'd love it if Mike could talk up any Beatles song for her. I guess you guys have prepared this.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have.
Well, I have several. Do you want to go like medium, early, or later Beatles?
Easy, good talk-up is all I'm looking for.
Doesn't get any better than this one.
WDRC, where your friends are. I'd like to send this out to Lacey Jarcell, 18 this coming Sunday. Nice. Turning 44 on Monday, Randy Zellner of Wichita and now Phoenix. He's been listening since 1996 and says this show is our best incarnation ever. Well, I sure have fun doing it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm enjoying this show
We
more
all
than
agree.
anything I've ever done. Rob is not.
I hate it.
Rob is not.
He wants to go back.
Rob is not.
Do you know how I cried when I saw where the lottery tickets were sold? I said, damn it.
All right, and Buzz, we don't have a special letter. This is it, right?
Right.
Happy birthday to Alan Hayes of Atlanta, who turns 39 on Tuesday. What little time he gets with his wife is 3 hours, is the 3 hours she commutes every Tuesday to Augusta. He rides with her round trip. That sounds like a slice of heaven.
Nice.
And they listen to 6 episodes of TMOS. His wife, Amy, says Alan would love a greeting or a song from Charlie. Well, we've outdone Charlie today.
We have.
I mean, that's enough. So I just say S&D to the whole game.
You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I'm the driving instructor, and seated next to me is a woman driver. Oh, I see you've had one lesson already. Who is the instructor on that, Mrs. Webb? I'm sorry, here it is, Mr. Adams. Just let me read ahead and kind of familiarize myself with the case. How fast were you going when Mr. Adams jumped from the car? 75? And where was that? In your driveway. How far had Mr. Adams gotten in the lesson? Backing out. Did he cover starting the car? And the other way of stopping? What's the other way of stopping? Throwing it in reverse. That's right. Oh, that would do it. You're right. That would do it. You want to start the car? Mrs. Webb, you just turn on the lights. You want to start the car? All right, let's pull out into traffic. Now, what's the first thing we're going to do before we pull out into traffic? What did Mr. Adams do before he let you pull out into traffic? Well, I mean, besides praying, let's say. No, what I had in mind was checking the rear view mirror. You see, we always want to check the rear view. Don't pull out! Please don't cry. I'm sorry. But there was this bus.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show, featuring Buzz Burbank with Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. And now, from his couch, here's Mike.
Live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios, it's America's most beloved podcast. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are downloaded more than 16 million times and heard in 150 countries worldwide. We are delighted to have you guys with us today on Thursday, November 29, 2012. Almost the end of the month. Hard to believe that we're almost in December. Our show today is brought to you by TLC Laser Eye Center. Imagine ditching your glasses or contacts. I almost did, but they treated me so nicely when they told me that I couldn't. At TLC, the TLC surgeons have an international reputation performing LASIK on over 2.2 million eyes. That's a claim no other eye center can make. TLC's equipment is state-of-the-art, and the TLC lifetime commitment is huge. TLC has locations all over the nation. If you move, you're covered. See what you've been missing. Call 877-TLC-2020 to schedule a free consultation or visit tlcvision.com, and be sure to tell the friendly staff you heard about TLC from us, TLC Laser Eye Center. Wowzy, wowzy, woo-woo. It seems like we're almost done and we just started the show.
You've already had yourself a day.
Seriously.
You've done a lot of work.
We welcome Diana Ash from Quench for Knowledge. Big night tonight for you guys. It's the first time you've been there in a while, right?
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 weeks. I know we got messed up
I guess not.
No, it has.
Been there a couple of weeks
lots
ago.
happened over that period of
Halloween messed us up. Thanksgiving threw a wrench in the stuff. We're ready to come back and come strong with our new category tonight, Mike O'Mara Trivia.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No,
you will not be allowed to
I'm not
participate
coming.
in those.
I'm not coming if you do
Yes,
that.
you will.
I
You'll
don't
like
wanna-
these. These are all questions that celebrate you.
You could win.
I don't want to be celebrated. I just want to come and have a drink.
You can do that too.
Celebrate.
We'll work on that.
Don't get me wrong. I've got a tremendous ego. I really do. But there's certain ego that I know how you operate.
What? No, I don't operate
I know
at
you're
all.
cagey.
No, I'm not.
You're not going to do anything to make me feel good out there.
Absolutely.
You're going to. And now
There's some math.
And I can just hear and go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. I know this is the biggest trivia DVD.
What have I been saying all week on Facebook? I'll
What?
be there to ask questions, and Mike will be there to make fun of me, and that's what's going to
But
happen.
I'm not going to. I'm just hanging out. I'm
I
not
know.
going to be talking.
Right.
I mean, I'll if I have if I want to. What I want to do is I want to play.
Then you shall.
That's it. Mike O'Mara Trivia involves no work on his part, right?
Right, not at all.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I'll know I would
Right.
assume I'm going to know the answers.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, maybe hurt feelings.
Depends on if
No,
you're
there'll
good
be
at
no
math.
hurt feelings.
There'll probably be a lot of hurt feelings.
No, there'll be no hurt feelings. There'll be no tears.
So the
Do not salt the
particulars-
rim of that glass, for it has already been salted by Mike's tears.
Yes. Now, Diana, how do you enjoy working with Rob on a regular basis?
Be honest.
Be honest about
Well, it hasn't been regular enough.
it. Okay. So that's a good thing. That sounds like a positive.
I mean, no, I love it. I love when Rob comes out there, and the one time that Mark was out there, 2 times.
Sorry, the second time, I'm sorry, I missed it. My dog died.
No, I wasn't.
There's a little.
You should be
There's
sorry.
a little. You see a little
Yeah.
ST here.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Oh,
Feel like
yeah.
I'm watching
ST.
Moonlighting.
Thanks. My boyfriend's listening right now.
What is your boyfriend's name?
Jesse.
Jesse. Oh, Jesse. Is Jesse coming out
Jesse's
tonight?
girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
He took
all
off
right.
work.
That's awkward.
He was the scorekeeper last time.
Really?
Was, yes.
So Jesse, it's a
He's
family affair.
He's a whiz at math.
And so Jimmy Cerrito,
James Cerrito.
Jesse's going to be there.
Yes.
Mark's going to be fighting with Diana out there. It's
Stacked
gonna be-
house.
It's going to be
Like an episode of Moonlighting.
an evening of tension. And who else? Who else is coming out, guys? Anybody special coming out there? The owner of the joint, Mr. Holstein's going to
Holstein will be there. I know a lot of the regulars
Great
will be
guy.
there.
Redskins cheerleaders.
That's right.
Really?
I don't know.
No.
No.
I know
Why
that-
don't you come out?
Yeah,
You can't
I'd love to
drink.
see Oscar.
The last place in the world
Boringville.
you've been.
I did Tech 401 yesterday.
Yes.
Great show. Boring time.
Tech 411. You got to put some meat on your bones, boy. You are losing some
Right?
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you are losing.
He's
weight.
so happy.
He can't eat.
I'm
He's not
dying.
eating.
He is so happy.
In front of your eyes.
Did you get the doctor on the phone?
Yes.
Is everything cool?
I might need a new doctor.
You might need a new doctor.
You know, I have a short fuse with SE doctors.
This isn't your family. This is a
no,
regular
this
doctor.
is a real doctor.
We're moving now from Quench for Knowledge, which is tonight in Rockville, that's right, into Oscar's
Well, it was
health.
music
Normally I set
for
all these
transition.
things
Yeah.
up, but I want to get into your health situation.
And Oscar, this is a different doctor than what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
this week.
yeah. So this is my general practitioner. It's been fine, and you've got a specialist that you go to after you go to your general, and she put me together with a general that my general just basically
It's General Petraeus.
needs to give me some better meds because I'm still in pain. And
This is not good. I
No,
want you
it's
to get,
not good.
This, I'm about to go with his route. Tell you, get in there now.
Well, that's what I called for. I said, look, you want to scope me in 2 weeks. I'd like to get scoped earlier. And that's an endoscopy where they put the camera down. We talked about it yesterday.
Right.
Because I just don't feel like something's right. You know your body better than anybody
Oh,
else.
boy.
And
You guys kill me.
And they said, well, that's all we have. And I said, I'm going to have to go to a different hospital, a different doctor to find a better you got to move this up.
And
You
in,
gotta do
this
something.
world of medical care, they say to that, oh, well then.
Yeah, see you
Good
later.
luck.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
We're dicks. We're
Yeah.
the greatest medical system in the world. Not.
They
So
don't care. They
I was just
don't
on
care.
the line with him, and I said, look, my chest isn't any better. I need a higher med dose, and if you could somehow push this up, that would be great. I've already talked to your assistant. She said there is a possible opening, and he just didn't care. Like, he didn't
give
care.
a damn.
It didn't matter, and I don't want nobody has to hold my hand.
No,
I'm
but
an
the fact
adult,
is
but-
you're in pain. God damn
Yes.
it, these doctors. I'm so sick of the medical system in this country. I live in the middle of it. I mean, I can walk to this major medical facility over there, and you go into all of these places, and they're so overpopulated with people,
Yes.
both patients and people behind the counter. There's no doctor anymore. You don't walk in and see a receptionist and a nurse and then the doctor.
No.
You walk in and you see this sea of hens about as far as the friggin' eye can see, and they're all sitting there. We're going to stop at 12:15 and take our lunch break. The office will reopen at 1:30. Lick my crack, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that pisses me off. You know, in the middle of the day,
Did you
when
try
they've
that
got
phrase,
when,
Oscar?
When they've got 40,
did not.
they have 40 people working there,
Yeah.
and they all have to take their lunch at the exact same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why? So they can have their little gossip and have their little coffee clutch. Why have the problem with that? That's my general
Well,
practitioner.
the problem is
who I
why-
would leave in a heartbeat if it wasn't such a hassle to go to a new
Why
one.
in the world would anyone want to see a doctor at lunchtime?
Right.
Exactly. It's ludicrous.
It is.
not?
It really lacks
And
any sort of sense.
And you walk into this office. I don't know, the first day it happened to me, I walk in and I see people standing out in the hallway. They lock their outer door.
Yes.
They lock their lobby door.
What?
So yes. So people,
How do you get to the magazine?
Hold on. With no chairs,
Right.
with nothing. So I've got people. There was an elderly guy, looked to be about 65, 70 years old, who was sitting on the floor. Dr. DeRosa. I'll call you out on it, okay?
Was he sitting?
Bull Run Family Practice.
Oh, well,
I will call you out on it. That is not the way people should be treated. If you're going to shut down your office for an hour and a half so they can have their little coffee clutch, the fact is, put some effing chairs out in the hallway for senior citizens that can't stand and need to sit
Was
down.
he
That's the worst.
Was he sitting or had he fallen?
He appeared to be sitting straight. My point is simply this. You're right.
Yeah, you just want someone to at least feel like the guy could have said, "Let me
like
see."
they care.
Let me see what I can do.
Yes.
But he's like, I don't think that's.
And
gonna
you know
happen.
what? How many
I'm like,
people in America just accept it? The fact that you're bitching about it, we have a great platform to be able to do that. Most people would say, well, okay. I'll be scoped in 2 weeks and I'll suffer till then, but okay.
I normally get up super early just to, I know this sounds jive, but just to sit and think now about our bonus hours. And it results in some whacked out topics. But on the bonus hour, I'm all over the place this week.
Good.
I know you
best.
guys will run with this, but I've got headlines about, the dumbing of America and where we all are. And we just, we sweat stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People should be up in arms about a person like my colleague across the way who happens to be in pain,
Right.
and with a doctor going, yeah, okay, we'll get you in here like that. It ought to be prioritized based on your pain, not your convenience.
And you have to do well. That's the thing. They're like he mentions. He goes, if you're in that much, if you get in more pain, you might want to go to the ER. And
Of course.
And I'm sitting here. I don't think people realize that health insurance isn't the same across the board.
Right.
It's different.
Right.
And different people have different co-pays and different
coverage.
and how much money's going to come out. And Buzz, you know this, and you know
Hey,
this more
got
than
the
anybody
great
else.
news last week.
Yes.
Just wanted to thank my brand new that I struggled to get. I'm so glad I got that health insurance.
Yeah.
No maternity coverage. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jeez.
That's done.
Amazing.
Fucked.
Oh my God.
Royally.
Unbelievable.
Just done. Forget about it.
Wow.
We're scrambling now to figure out some circumstance.
You do it here.
You just
Be a great podcast.
midwife.
I
Here we
got
go.
a bitch instead of two.
I know for what it's worth, Mike, I've been
they
through it
do
a couple
say,
times.
If there is a threat to the life of the child or the mother, oh, thank you.
No,
that's
tough.
so nice of you, insurance company.
Can I make that threat over the phone?
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, I'm hearing you. I'm still living this. Everybody knows the struggle that I talked about going
Right.
through trying to get health
Finally
insurance.
got it, and come
Buzz
to
has
find
got
out,
it. It sucks. It's a piece of crap. I got it because it's the crappiest
they didn't think you
one
were
out
gonna
there.
get sick or have a baby or
$560 a month for just a pile of garbage.
They didn't want you to make a claim.
It's very frustrating.
They would just like to have the check.
Yeah.
And
How
if you
dare
could
you have
pay
a
early.
baby?
Yeah.
I'm going to wait and see. What
There's gotta be something
what
out
the
there.
world holds 6 months down the road with our new presidente. We'll see what happens. Our new old presidente, and we'll see.
he can't
But I feel
deliver
for
your
you.
child.
So where are you
I'm
with
gonna.
this situation?
I think this is what everybody. Instead of giving up, I'm going to find another doctor. I'm going to find someone that's well reviewed and see if he can squeeze me in earlier. You know what's scary? What you have to do is. A worst case scenario, I'll either have my brother or sister call the doctor's office and ask for some professional courtesy.
Absolutely.
But if you don't
you're
have,
very fortunate
if you don't
in
have that option,
you know what?
But
Brother?
you have to use. You
Can I
have to
say
use
from-
every option. You
Yeah,
have.
from
Right.
the bottom of my heart, use every
Yeah.
tool, every arrow in your quiver. I think that's.
Ask him about that increase.
Yeah, and ask your brother about delivering a child.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. While you're
Sorry
on the phone.
I hate to get that negative, but the fact is, I'm so frustrated
Well,
still
it's
with
tough.
it, and it's just and I'm sitting there going, I realize that I went through those hoops,
Yes,
and I'm
many
healthy,
hoops.
and I'm paying this fortune for nothing.
Yeah.
They don't give you anything.
It's tragic that you shouldn't have to basically grease the system to get help.
No, absolutely
Right?
not. No,
You shouldn't have
it's
to beg
it's
to
sad.
spend your money.
So I hope you feel better. Yes,
you.
Diana.
How does Carla feel about that?
As far as what?
Not being covered.
We were both gut shot by it. It was something where, we were completely and totally thrown about. You just assume.
Yeah.
You assume, well, that's part of regular health care.
There's nothing more natural.
To be honest with you, when I was going through all these hoops, we didn't know at that time. And we found out after we got health insurance, and they said, well, we don't believe that maternity. We're still now, now the joy of having another kid is tempered by the fact that now we're going through the system again to figure out how to play the system and how to manipulate the system and how to figure this out. And there are ways, obviously, to deal with it, but those result in a lesser standard of care. It's just a joke.
Mark has a solution. I just have to ask one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you feel about naming the child Encore O'Mara?
Now that's a great idea.
That's good. Wait
Male or
not.
female?
Wait not.
Little wait not.
Come here, wait not.
Little wait not. Baby wait not.
Wait not. Can you go TLC? TLC. Where are you? Yeah, so it sucks, Diane. I mean, it does. And it's just, everybody's got to be prepared for any eventuality.
Yeah.
It's just, we are still.
And you have to be your own advocate.
Yeah, we're so broken
Yes.
in this system with our healthcare. It sucks. All right. On another thing, I want to thank Mark Ronick for assisting me last night.
Uh-oh.
And it lends myself. It speaks to the question as to how truly technically retarded am I when it comes to. And I mean that legitimately. I mean, Mark and I did a little thing last night where Rob brought over 250 Christmas songs. And what's that? Are you just being involved?
They were fairly entertaining.
What that
songs.
is, that's the sound of the douchebag in its natural habitat.
How hard was that for him? He probably had it on his iPad.
The douchebag in his natural habitat. So
Show title.
Rob brings over.
You're
now
right.
I hope I've got the terms right. A flash drive.
Yeah, flash card, flash drive.
Flash
Yeah.
drive. You didn't know either.
It's a card. It's a mini card. I think it has a name, though.
Isn't that a flash
That's a
drive?
flash
Memory
card.
card.
It's a memory card. I
Yeah.
think.
It's not a
Memory
flash
card.
drive.
No,
It's
no,
a
no.
flash
Memory
card.
card.
Memory
Yeah.
card.
Not
It's a memory
flash
card. It's not a flash card. Thank you.
No.
The only person without a penis is the one that answered me correctly. So it's not a flash drive.
No.
No, it's a memory card.
It's a memory card.
Right.
So Rob brings over a memory card, and it's just amazing to me. I mean, we were talking about it for a second. In the old days, you'd have to bring milk cartons filled with albums.
milk
to get
crates
heavy.
full of
Yeah.
them.
250 songs, and Rob's got them on a little bitty thingy like
Little
this.
guy.
And,
Amazing.
And to store data back in the old days like that, even that amount, 250 songs, you're talking about a machine the size of a refrigerator.
You'd have
Yeah.
to carry it in.
it was so very cool.
On a dolly.
But Rob comes in right before the show and puts the little thing in there, and then the dance begins. And the dance is trying to get music moved over into my computer, and it just didn't work.
And you know
It
what? I
just
was
didn't
stewing.
work.
I was stewing about it yesterday, trying to figure out where we went wrong.
Well, at the end of the day, and I'm going to come
Yes,
full
Oscar?
circle. At the end
Oh,
of
but you actually mean at the end.
literally
of
at the end of this process, at the end of the day,
if you will.
Mark kind of made me erase everything, and then we went back in and did it all over again. It worked
Because you
like
had-
a charm.
I'm-
We screwed up somehow.
You had probably multiple copies of dead songs
Oh,
in your
God.
iTunes.
Yes.
Looked
I
a mess.
had 3 and 4 copies of each song, some with stars next to them,
The magical,
some with exclamation
the magical
points
Apple
next to them.
exclamation point.
Yes.
Oh,
you
my
hate
God.
saying it. You hate
And-
saying
and
it.
Mark-
I just want Andy Williams.
But here's what's so wonderful, technology, when you're using it. And Mark and I are communicating via Skype. So I've got a little Mark Ronick on my computer screen talking
Shirtless.
to me, and I'm looking over there, and Mark, he's tweaking his left nipple.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, to make the music work, you're going to need to suck on your finger.
Oh.
That maybe is your private conversation with him.
We've Skyped like that.
So he's down there on Skype, and then he brings up my computer.
Mike shared his screen with me.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
great.
just,
I love
it's
that.
so, to me, just so cool. I've done this now. Speaking of insurance, I did this with my health insurance guy.
Oh, really?
Who walked me through the application form that same way. Now, I didn't see him. He just saw my screen.
Right.
It's amazing technology.
Cool.
So we still dicked around with it. And my question to you at the end, when we ended up erasing everything, and then we put it back on.
But you only erased it. You only erased it from iTunes because you still had it saved in a folder, right?
We had a folder. Mark had me make a copy of the folder.
Just in case.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we moved the folder into.
We took all the songs that were in the folder and dragged them into iTunes.
What I came up
so
with
cool.
after much like 12 hours after the fact, iTunes doesn't actually hold your music. It just tells the computer where to go to get the music.
Right.
So what we were doing for the first 3 or 4 times yesterday, we were having it go directly to that memory card.
Right.
So when we pulled the memory card, it wasn't there anymore.
Right.
So we needed to put the memory card music in your computer. Then iTunes can find it. And that's really on me. So I apologize. I took it the wrong way.
What?
Huh?
No, I'm sorry.
It's all fixed now.
That's fine.
Mike had nothing but good things to say about you, Rob.
I guarantee it.
I was bitching about Rob. I did my impression of Rob coming in. But I'm not going to say anything bad about Rob. I'm going to say something good about Rob. Huh? I was complaining that we did it too quickly and we rushed through it before the show, which we did. But I at the end, when it was all done and all the music was in there, I almost came very close to writing a very gay post on Facebook about Holiday Rob Spiewak.
Nice. Well, thank God you didn't do that.
And the joy.
What stopped you?
Joy. Huh?
Common sense.
No, I was sitting here. It completely motivated me to haul all the crap down from the attic last night.
You got your tree.
Yeah,
you got your tree laying in the hallway.
Carla was gone. It was just me at home. And if you had seen, there might be some wall damage based on me.
But the thing is, did you bring it down in the box?
Yep.
Oh, you should have called.
Okay,
it's got to come down in pieces.
Everybody's seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know the scene where he's sledding down the hill?
Right.
That was my Christmas tree. That was my Christmas tree.
Because you probably got pissed and you're like, F this, it's just going down the stairs.
I will now, with my mouth and with the sound effects board, try to duplicate the sound of the different flights. So there are 1, 2, 3. There's one flight coming down from the attic, and then there's the landing on the main staircase, and then the last flight down. Okay,
what we call the grand staircase.
So this is. Let me see if I've got this right. Okay, this is the way it sounded. Wait, no, that's wrong.
Hold on, when I come down the
stairs. Let me try it again. Here we go.
All done.
And there it is in the lobby.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas,
people
darling.
were able to see that on video, man.
I'll duplicate it. Here we go. One more time. Then I had to move the box a little bit, so I'm like... Here we go.
Carlo, we may have cracked an ornament.
Christmas tree's down.
Way down.
All done.
And then, it's the only way I can get it down there. What do you want me to do? I can't help myself.
It's the most wonderful.
Play that again from the beginning. Right? I know I hit the wall. I was trying to behave myself. I tried to slide down. Hey, it's downstairs. Do you want anything else? God damn it.
It's the most wonderful time.
So when I got it down, I looked inside the box, and that's where the project ended for me.
Filthy with rodents?
No, it was. It didn't have the stand. It didn't have the little metal stand.
What?
So I don't know where the metal stand is.
It's got to be in there.
Well, it's upstairs probably. Somewhere floating around upstairs. I think I got almost everything down that I should. You know what?
Are you sure?
What are you doing?
Just
what were you tracing?
It's floating around.
You said it was floating around.
I packed your tree up. I have to think that the stand must be in there.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to go take a look?
I will take a look.
We took it up last year.
We have 2 minutes left.
Might be in the cloud.
Go take a look. But it's down the cloud. It's in the cloud.
Anything that's
so
missing.
I did okay with getting on Skype and all that stuff, right? I did all right. I didn't totally blow it. Is that correct?
You did a great job, actually, and you were very patient.
I was patient. I was, because it was, and the end result was it wouldn't be an evening if I did not obnoxiously spend money. And so once the music was all moved over, and I knew I had it, and there it was in my phone, I went out and got one of those wireless speakers that I spent a fortune on. It's about this big. You've never spent that much money on this much speaker. It was a Bose speaker.
I know exactly which one you got because I got that for my brother-in-law. That's pricey.
It's
nice,
nice. It's $3. Right? It's $3, but
How's
hopefully it sounds good. Doesn't sound like $3. Did you find the stand?
I did not. I will find it between the shows.
Oh, you rock. That's great. I'll put that up this afternoon if you find that. That'll be
Look
cool.
at you.
What's that?
Isn't that Carla's job?
Yeah, she puts. I'm helping out a little bit. And I'll tell you, when it comes time to bring that to when I come back from FLA and it's time to bring lights in and take the decorations down and bring the tree up, are we going to have like 3 interns by that time?
I hope so.
That's right, because I want to use those interns for something unrelated to the show.
Rob and I took up the tree last year.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I remember packing. I remember packing the tree because you were concerned about getting the box sealed.
Yeah, you know what? Now I know why that tree looks like that.
Why?
Because you packed it. It was packed.
Perfectly.
It was packed perfectly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It really, really was.
Holiday Rob, the only Rob you like.
So the thing.
3 months out of the year.
The thing about it is, I hope I didn't break the lights. That's the only thing.
No, almost impossible.
All right, I didn't get to my new health care, Susan Rice. We didn't get to Missouri with the lottery. We'll come back and talk about the lottery right after this on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to MikeO'MaraShow.com. We are brought to you by Spencer & Devin Shaving Cream. Spencer & Devin uses natural ingredients like aloe and shea butter with no harsh chemicals. And now, to thank TMOS listeners for their support, you can save big on the perfect stocking stuffer. Now through the end of December, while supplies last, you can save 10% off one item and 20% off 2 or more. And it's shaving stuff, so you buy a lot of it.
I used it this morning. I haven't shaved since I cut my finger because I have to keep my finger dry. So I actually shaved this morning, and it's so great. The way it makes your face feel, especially if you skip a few days. Spencer Devin is the best thing you've ever put on your face.
Write down this complex code, SDTMOS10. That is the code, SDTMOS10.
That's right, kids.
Spencer & Devin Shaving Cream is good to your face, whether you have a tough beard, sensitive skin, or both. In Sagebrush. Now, what does sagebrush smell like? Do you use that?
I use spice.
Spice? Or unscented, and this holiday save big with the code SDTMOS10.
Perfect.
Right. Those are the lottery numbers.
At SpencerDevin.com.
The
or
red
click
ball.
their ad on our website, Spencer Devin Shaving Cream, Smooth the Savage Blade. We are joined by Diana Ash, who likes to come by and visit when she's going to do the Quench for Knowledge thing with you guys.
And that starts tonight at 8:30 at Quench out there in Rockville.
Did you play the lottery, my dear?
No,
You did not?
I do not.
Do you ever play the lottery?
I like scratch-offs.
Oh, okay.
So she
Instant
won.
gratification.
She won as much as we did, but she doesn't.
Pretty much.
she's-
I didn't
She
use
didn't
as
lose.
much.
Didn't lose $40.
Now, the fact is, we've got all our tickets in there, and they said that some people might win
like
a
60
lesser
people.
prize.
I think
70
60 people.
We could win
people-
like $1 million.
70 people won $1 million. A bunch of people win $10,000 prizes.
How much did it kill you? When you found out this morning, did you shake your head ruefully?
Well,
and
after
just-
I got rolled for my lunch money and realized that I'm never going to see that $40 again.
Is that you did feel like it was stolen from you, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You felt like
Yeah.
it was stolen.
Yeah, because I knew how it was going to turn out, and here we are.
Now, if we get even if we get the Powerball, okay, we get like $4 back, and we bought a lot of chances. So let's say if we break even,
All right, I know the Powerball by heart. The Powerball was 6.
I know we were close because we picked 5.
I know the winning numbers by heart.
Okay, let's get them out.
All
Let's
right.
get them out. Let's see what's going on.
I was going to say, if we win anything, if we win any small fee, the first $40 I say goes to Buzz because he was so heartbroken.
That's bull ass.
Yeah, that is bull.
I mostly just wanted you to say that.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so the first thing we look for is the Powerball itself.
Yeah, for 6.
Which is 6.
Okay, here, Diana, you look through some. I'll look through some.
Give
Listen
Mark
to
some.
Mike
He's
if you
got
don't-
good
yeah,
number
he's got
sense.
There's one that starts with 6.
He's cagey.
No, we're looking
It
at the
ends
Powerball
with,
6.
and if it ends
Right.
with 6.
Yeah, here's a Powerball that's 6.
All right, that's $4.
Okay.
I got nothing.
All right, I'm going to give you the numbers, all right? It's 5, 16, 22, 23, and 29.
That's the winning number?
Yeah, 5, 16, 22, 23, and 29.
Yeah, well, we have none that start with 5, I don't
No,
think.
I don't have any to start with 5.
So we've got one. I've got one Powerball that's $4.
That's
All
a total
right.
of
So far.
$8. So Buzz has one too.
Hey, you know what? This is getting better all the time.
We're making progress.
That's right. 5, 16.
5, 16, 22, 23, 29.
Nothing.
That
was, again, the sound of the douchebag in its natural habitat.
So we're completely screwed?
Yeah, I don't
No, but you
think
know
it
what we
looks
need to do
good.
is we need to go to a vendor and
Oh,
have these
I have
run.
a 6. I have a 6
Okay.
in Powerball.
And do we save the
Nice
money
one, see if
or
we got
do we
anything
reinvest into the next lottery?
Put it into our lottery
6.
fund.
Lottery fund. Put it in the
There you
candy
go.
jar.
All right, so that's 3 6s?
3 6s.
Oh my God!
Do you have another one?
No, that's the
Stop doing that, God damn it!
3 6s. That's the Antichrist.
The power of Christ compels you.
The power of Christ. All right, so it was lottery
Mark?
fever. Somebody.
None.
Why does
No.
it piss me off that somebody won in Missouri?
Yeah, why do you hate? What do you hate about
Because
Missouri?
they said Missouri happens to be the second most prosperous state as far as lotteries. 27 winners for the lotto have been. Yeah, great, Missouri.
And you
what
know
has
what
Missouri ever done for the
And
rest
the
of the
worst
country?
thing is the people that call it Missouri.
Missouri.
I hate that.
The show me state.
They brought us
I got
Sheryl
something-
Crow.
got
if I'm not
something to show
mistaken.
you.
Sheryl Crow's from Missouri?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So it was Missouri and then Arizona.
Right.
Of course.
All right. So both places where people that carry guns.
Exactly.
That's the way I look at it.
There's different
And
kinds of guns.
They will split $198 million. That's the cash payout for two different people.
They would
Wow.
each get 100.
Wasn't it fun, though? It was fun.
It was the whole thing was fun, but
Yeah.
I tell you, at one point today on the news they were showing a line in Arizona because a lot of people because they don't have it in California.
Oh, they came in
and
from over
Nevada.
the
A
line.
lot of people came over the
Yes.
line, and you saw these lines of people, and you
What?
just went. I realized
What
at
must
that
it
moment.
be with someone from Nevada that you want to gamble so bad that you leave Nevada to go buy a ticket?
Coming over the state line, standing in line. What were you going to say
I was
about
going
it?
to say, I talked to Lowell last night. He interviewed like the Maryland director of Powerball. He said that if there were no winner for today, it probably would have hit $1 billion
That'd be amazing.
Wow.
for the jackpot.
And low numbers too, right? So there were low numbers for this lottery,
Yeah.
which is which I guess improves the likelihood of winners because people play ages and things like that. So that's what it was all about.
if no one had won, it would have hit $1 billion.
What's the latest? Do we have anybody? Has anybody come forward yet? Probably
Not yet.
No one's come forward
Apparently,
yet. No.
there is like a methodology they go through, and they won't even reveal
Nope.
the name of the store.
There'll be a
right?
news conference today in Arizona, but Missouri, you're so fond of, has no planned announcement yet, so we're still waiting to hear from them.
There's only a handful of states that don't allow you to. Well, this is maybe. Let me ask you this question. A lot of people want to be anonymous when this happens. We talked about. We'd go on. We'd have our T-shirts on just because we want to promote the podcast. So as I thought about that later on, I said,
Maybe a bad idea.
"What a bunch of boobs! We could pay for promotion if we had $600 million dollars."
Yeah, like stay anonymous.
No, but you know what? What we would need to benefit from is the fact that at that moment we're not paying for promotion. We are a real news story.
Free news
The
coverage.
5 of us would have been a real news story, and we could have owned that.
But then you become targets.
Yeah.
Nah, well, but then we can afford
so
protection.
we'll send Mark.
If we had won, we would have had a very serious discussion about whether we kept it on the QT.
That's right. After the hangover stopped.
Maryland and
Because if you think any of us would have been here today,
Right.
no,
Maryland-
champagne.
Why not?
No, champagne.
Maryland and a handful of people, the states, they don't make you reveal the name of the Powerball winner, but most
Right.
states do.
Right.
Isn't that pretty interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting that they make you do that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
because
wonder if
it's-
that could ever be challenged constitutionally.
Yeah.
It's great advertising for the lottery.
It's great advertising for the lottery, but I think that really when you're talking about that kind of money, you've played it, they've made their money on it, compelling people to come
But
out.
it's their ball.
But
It's their ball. They can take their ball and go home.
their ball.
It is their ball.
But somebody said small price to pay for that.
Right. I mean, if you did become public, you could afford the accountant, the lawyer, and the bodyguard that you might need to get you through that period.
The way I see it, though, is the only change we would have had to make would be the opening line of the show, live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios. It's America's most hated podcast.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
That's exactly
Imagine
what we
the
have
hate.
to say. The hatred, you probably get a lot of hatred
Yeah.
on that, but we'd have to do something
Well,
charitable
take
with that very quickly.
Take the amount of hate that was brought on you
Rob shaking his
and your
head
radio
now.
heydays when you were doing very well. Just
Yes.
from people that knew
Yes.
the industry.
Elliot in the Morning hated us quite a bit.
Yes,
because of the
right?
money that
It's like
was
jealousy.
being in there. Yes, and he
Times
should know
that
now.
times 100.
They're all making more than I am now.
Yeah.
Now you can hate him.
Yeah, I can hate that very much so.
Who's happier though?
I think I am.
Yeah, I think you
That's
are.
the way. That's the way I would look at it right now. So, congratulations to whoever in Arizona and whoever in Missouri. They're the big winners, and whoop-de effing do. Now, before we break, I just wanted to touch on this yesterday. I did it. I told you I was going to do this. A new health motivated thing that I'm doing, which is going to the pool. And I went over to the community center and paid my $8. And
You haven't joined?
went into the ass stink ball hanging out locker room.
You know what? If this is going to be
God, I forgot how much I hate a community locker room.
any sort of regularity, you're going to have to join. You
Well,
can't pay
no.
on a
It's
piecemeal
you know what it is. I'm going to pay each time I go because I don't think I'm going to go like every single day or even close. But the fact is that I enjoyed once I got to the pool and I dove in. It was okay for a little while, but
did you cannonball?
I did. It was this is a legitimate, huge Olympic facility that they have there, and it's 6 feet of water. So the first thing you realize as you're swimming across the thing is, if you're slowing down, you're going to drown.
Right. It's enough just to be over your head.
And after 2 laps, probably about halfway across the second lap, I realized, it's been a while since I was a small child swimming every single day, and the breaths, began as about a lap and a half. I'm breathing like this.
Are they the kind of breaths where you're slurping in water against your will because you're just striving?
It was, you're using muscle groups you haven't used in a while, and I'm going to go back because I feel great. I love doing it. It was something I used to be pretty good at, and but I'll tell you, it's a long way since my little swim team days.
Did you recognize anything? Because if I'm not mistaken, the establishment you went to was filmed in Cocoon 1. It was a Chronicle there, right?
Yeah, there were these little pods at the bottom of the pool, and I had a giant Woody when I got done doing that. It's like cat couldn't scratch it. I couldn't.
There's a sign on the wall that warns about horseplay and ragers.
There was
both prohibited.
There was a lady in the lane next to me who was just chugging. And she was 10 years older than I was.
No.
Was she hot?
She was good. No. Nay. There was the...
swim cap and all?
Yeah, I was going to say bathing cap.
George Mason University was there. They had a swim team that was in there. And then they had a local high school that was there. And I think I got out of the pool because they were the regular lanes, and then I had to go to the old people lanes where the water's like a little shallower. And
any oldsters speed walking in the water?
No, there was just...
I do like that.
There was the age group was probably anywhere from the lower 30s up to the 60s. That's what it was. And so the swim coach for the high school team said something like, "Do you want your paddle and your floaty or something?" I'm like, what? Floaty? I think the question she asked me indicated she believed
you needed help,
that I was a new swimmer.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Because of the way I was swimming. I take a breath. I take a breath practically rolling on my effing back like a manatee when I'm because I'll go paddle, and then I'll turn over and go, and then continue on the swim. And then I did the breaststroke for a while. I did backstroke. I didn't do butterfly.
You don't swim with your shirt on, do you?
No, I don't. I don't swim with. I don't swim with. Yeah, I swim with my shirt on and it's a Bahamas T-shirt that I'm wearing. A pink Bahamas T-shirt.
Some people don't like going to the pool.
What, in an indoor pool with my? What the hell is the point?
Well, they don't like exposing themselves.
I'm proud of this.
Mike loves
proud
to
of
expose
this mass
himself.
of flesh.
You're lucky he's dressed now.
Now, when you came out of the locker room. No.
Anyway, okay.
When you came out of the locker room, did the lifeguard look at you and say, "No effing way"? I quit.
I looked up. There's one lifeguard in there, and I looked up a couple of times at the lifeguard, and to say that there was a complete and utter lack of concern, would be an exaggeration.
They love disinterest.
There was just a little bit of a. You okay there? You okay there, Skippy?
Do you know where you
Curiosity, really.
Do you know where you are? Do you know today's date?
But then coming back in, I had to go winky tank right afterwards because I wasn't going to pee in the pool. And so I walked. Thank you. Thank you. That's the way to do it.
Nice roll.
And
Another
way we're different.
I didn't bring flip flops. So I walk in and I had to go. I had to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to wait till
slimy.
I didn't want to wait till I got my shoes on. And so I walked. It's just the whole odor in that whole locker room.
I feel like feet,
it's just
first of all.
it's not even like a gym odor. It's more it's a pool gym odor, which is there's
Well,
nothing.
it's BO and
disgusting.
chlorine.
Yeah. There's a sauna in there though, which I almost
You spent a lot of time in there
Oh,
making
you don't want
friends?
to touch that.
Why?
You know how many just... There's two different ways you can go into a sauna and be respectful, right?
Okay, yeah. The guy that was in there had his bathing trunks on because I immediately looked at his balls.
Yeah, because there are people out there, the old schoolers, that remember the time where it was okay to just go in nude.
Right.
And no skin should really touch the surface.
Well, you go in nude with a towel.
Yeah,
right.
but some people
But I would
don't-
go in with my bathing suit.
Yeah, they don't, especially in a public establishment, they don't, they're animals.
I would never go in without a bathing suit on because I wouldn't want. I don't like to even be. I start itching when I get out of my car at a place like that.
Did you?
But I like the pool. But the pool, no, the pool,
nice.
just pristine. I mean, they were cleaning it and they were scrubbing this thing. This thing was absolutely pristine.
Nothing floating in it.
Nothing floating.
Did you have to hype yourself up when you were swimming? Because sometimes even when you're fit, swimming is a tougher sport than people think.
Oh, it's much
That
tougher.
you
My
gotta-
shoulders are killing me.
You got to hype. You go, come on. You can do this because you can't get across the pool. I've been there.
The Olympic size, length is, I don't know how many. I didn't
50
really.
meters
I didn't even.
each way?
I'm not sure how many
25?
meters.
It's a quarter of a mile.
But the fact
Not
is
really.
that I didn't count the laps because I was so tired.
Well, there were so many.
I just counted the time. I was in the pool for about a half an hour. That's how long, and I was swimming the whole time.
Good
I was in there.
workout.
But I wasn't doing all freestyle. So I was doing backstroke and I was doing breaststroke
Doggy
as well.
paddle.
But I was keeping moving.
Some
That's what I was
modern
trying.
dance.
And then when I got in my car afterwards, after I was all done, I had a little bit of schwitz
Yeah,
on that. So
right.
I mean that means that I got a little bit of aerobic
Yeah,
as well.
so- Good.
Whatever.
Good for you.
Thank you, Diana.
So yesterday and today, that's
And
two
the-
workouts.
And the knee feels good today.
Oh, the joints feel good except for my shoulders.
Okay.
Because the shoulders, you realize you don't use your shoulders like that.
The
most of
pool
time.
will be better for your knee than anything else you
Oh,
can
absolutely.
do.
My legs
because of
feel
the gentle
great.
resistance
And then
of the
35
water.
minutes on the elliptical this morning.
Gentle resistance.
500 calories burned this morning, John.
I love gentle
Absolutely.
resistance.
Mike, the gentle resistance of the water.
Yes, that's shut up, Rob.
Buzz talks
All right,
about.
we're going to take a break. Fathead's coming up with his audio vault right after this. We'll be right back. Welcome back to MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Hey, it's time for Fathead's Audio Vault.
We talked about it. It's tonight, happening out in Rockville. We'd like to see the best crowd ever because
Please.
that will make me look good personally.
That's right.
Right.
The gentle
the only-
resistance of
Yeah,
Mike
'cause
O'Mara.
That's what we care about, making Mike O'Mara look good.
Thank you, Diana. I'm so glad you finally figured it out.
Of course.
Quench for Knowledge. Join Rob Spiewak, Mark Ronick, and their lovely assistant who is here, Diana Ash, Thursday, November 29th. That's tonight at Quench in Rockville. Jimmy Cerrito will be there.
Hey.
Why am I promoting him like he's a
Oh,
celebrity?
he's
He
a
is.
draw. He's a draw.
It's in Rockville. It's America's favorite trivia game.
I know someone else is going to be there tonight. Langer's going to be there tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So come on
Anyway,
out, yeah.
it's fun and it's free.
Maybe
It
not
is
the right
free.
cell.
He'll get mad at me that I did it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We can talk libertarian. Anyway, it's fun and it's free. No, I like Andrew. Uh-oh. Might be brown liquor, though. Enjoy the signature cocktails and cuisine that make Quench your best destination. Anytime, good time. Fun time, drink time, food time. Should be
Lunchtime.
good time. Bring your friends. The fun starts at 8:30. Oh, good. I'll be there at 9. Thursday, November 29th at Quench, 9712 Treville Gateway Drive in Rockville. For more info, visit quenchnation.com, and we'll see you there. Let's open it up. We got a short one today, abbreviated. Go ahead, Rob.
Portland, Oregon, Mike.
Yes.
There was a car crash in a business district, and when this is an outtake, this did not air on television, but I think you'll enjoy the way the conversation went. The reporter was just asking a lady who lived in the neighborhood what she saw, and the conversation takes a direction I don't think you would see. And the word that's bleeped here rhymes with the word fits.
Okay.
Just so you know, all right?
They let me look at the lawyer's building. I know the vacuum cleaner man. He's seen my I know that's not going on TV, but it's true. It's true. I'm not here to lie to you.
S word?
I must have been
No.
badly hurt. injured.
Her breasts.
Oh.
I haven't been allowed to drive for 3 years, so I am not a good judge of that.
Anything else you want to add about what you saw?
You want to see my
She just
She just wanted you to show
Just
off
spur
her-
of the moment, she wanted to show her boobs?
And
To the
remember,
camera, yeah.
I don't think we're all that concerned that the car went into the lawyer's office. But remember, the vacuum cleaner guy had seen her breasts.
Wow.
Whatever that means.
She just got motivated.
Yeah.
She had
And
to
you-
share that.
and
That
she
ever
would-
happened to you, Diana?
No.
Okay, just checking.
And you know what? She's the kind of girl.
I can hope.
She was the kind of lady that if I was given the offer, if I'd like to see them, I'd decline to.
What?
Oh,
That
really?
reminds me of a John Candy movie. Was it Summer Vacation?
Yeah, where she just had the
where she gets the
implants.
boob job and
Yeah,
she shows them, and they were spectacular.
Yes.
I remember that movie.
Summer Rental. It was
Yes,
called.
that's right.
A terrible movie, but had its
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
CBS New York, there's a reporter named Robert Morrison was talking about the Duke of Cambridge, who I guess is Prince William, right?
I don't know.
And he actually had a pretty great slip of the tongue here.
Also, the reason why the latest royal visit was extra special for the Duke, and Duchess of Cambridge.
The Douche of Cambridge.
The douche of Cambridge. Oscar Santana has hereby been dubbed the douche of Cambridge.
Which reminds me of this old Saturday Night Live bit.
Lord and Lady Douchebag. I am so frightfully glad you two could come. I was just asking Lady Salisbury, where the devil are those douchebags?
So it's the Douche of Cambridge. Now, I don't know if this is... I like to use the Audio Vault to teach, Mike, and I don't know if this is a primer on how to deal with cops or a primer on how to be a parent, but the story at play here is a kid got mad that he wasn't allowed to buy the new Halo game.
Okay.
So he broke his television. It was a temper tantrum. He looked like he's 14, maybe.
Ooh, that's not good.
And he was so out of
14
control.
prime time for tantrum.
Anger issues.
So he was so upset that he was spinning out of control. So his mom does what any good parent would do. She calls the cops.
Wow.
And this is
good parenting.
You know, but a 14-year-old can be a large human being.
I know.
And you know what? If your kid is really having the meltdown,
Raging
why
out.
not? I'd do it.
You'll enjoy this because this is bad kid at his best. Brat teen versus the cop with pepper spray.
Is kid getting lit?
Yep.
Oh, that
You'll
old
love.
bastard.
You're gonna love hating this
Now,
kid.
Buzz, don't you think that legitimizes the fact that she called the cops?
I do, yeah.
So here's the
Tase
cop.
that kid.
Here's the cop and the kid, and boy, do I hate this kid.
Talk to him.
Take it easy. Just calm down.
What?
Tell me your side of the story. I mean, what's going on?
She wouldn't buy me the game, so I broke the TV. She's unfair. You don't know. Go away. You don't even know what's going on.
Don't talk to me like that.
This is a uniformed. This is a uniformed officer in his home.
Wow.
And that's why I hate this kid so bad.
And this doesn't have to be a big deal. We just need to take care of the problem.
No. It is a big deal. You don't even know what's going on.
He thinks every time something doesn't work, that he's got to break it.
Yeah.
And now he's...
That's the only way.
Is that mom in the background?
Yep. Yeah, a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why would you
Come over here and have a seat.
No.
Talk it over. Steven, calm down.
No. I'm not calming down. Stop.
Come on, let's go here.
No.
Come on. Come on.
No. Don't touch me.
You do not put your hands on a police officer. Do you understand?
I'll put my hands on whoever I want.
Come over here and have a seat.
No.
You get
Don't
him?
make me do this.
Coming up.
Make you do what?
I'm going to apprehend you. I'm going to take you into the station.
No, I'm not afraid of you.
Listen, this can be a simple solution or it can be a big deal. What do you want? Come on.
I want you to get out of my face. I want you to get out of my face.
Let's go ahead and see.
That's what I want.
So, get down. Don't make
No.
Oh, the pepper spray's out.
Blast warning.
Here you go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'll have just enough time before Quench for Knowledge tonight to have Robert watch that video with me.
I think Mom was right to call the cops. I think the cop handled it well. I think the kid's a horrible brat, but I still think the kid wouldn't be that horrible if he had had better parenting in the first place.
You know, I certainly can make a case for that.
Someone's got to teach you.
Yeah.
And
true.
there's clearly some emotional issues going on with this
That's-
kid that has nothing to do with what we saw or
That
heard.
is,
Right.
you know, I was listening at the very beginning of that. I agree, Diana. I
No,
thought that he
no,
said there's
no.
the kid's not quite right.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
we call that in Bolivia?
What's that?
You should have been beat.
He should have been beat.
Yes.
There you go. It's what straightened you out.
Yeah.
Man, look at your work ethic now.
Look at this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty good tape here.
Bleeding
This is
ulcers.
Working with a big hole in his stomach.
Rihanna in concert in London, and sometimes, you know, modern artists, they just sort of roll with the punches.
I've come full circle on Rihanna, incidentally.
Hey, good for you.
I truly have. No, I mean, Rihanna was, I used to say Much Ado About Nothing. I'm not sure why
talented.
they make such a big deal. And then there was a recent photo spread in Esquire magazine.
Yes.
Which has changed my mind.
I like her
Rather dramatically.
stopping her band down here to yell at her band. This is during a concert in London. She's not pleased.
Tough girl. Very tough girl.
Not pleased with the notes she's getting, Mike.
Are you hiding from me? Yeah. Somewhere in the crowd.
All right, what the f***? Stop this. What the f*** is that? Why is the track off from the band?
This is a live performance?
This is the bullshit we deal with when we're just doing a random rock and roll tour, all right? With no rehearsals and shit. I apologize for everybody at home streaming live on Love Life and Jay-Z's site, Life and Times. We can start this one again from the top.
I love that she did that.
Wow. You know what? More artists ought to do that. And, you know, a lot of people phone it in. And there's a wonderful clip of Buddy Rich. And it's Bugle Call Rag. And he starts with Bugle Call Rag. And the piece is supposed to start with ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. That's how, with horns all doing it. And they all come in with I was like, stop. It's not a bad thing to do in any kind of performance.
Right.
If it ain't right, just shut it down and start over again.
We've done it here.
We've done it many times.
Many times.
Many more times.
Did you
than
watch
I care to count.
the pile of suck known as the Christmas in Rockefeller Center last night?
Did they light the lights?
They lit the tree.
They televised.
No, thank God I didn't see it. It puts me
I'll
in a
tell
bad
you,
mood.
who came off well was Mariah Carey, who looked fantastic.
Well, and she has truly turned herself into a Christmas icon.
And also, she was actually singing, and Tony Bennett was actually singing too. But you know what?
I mean, really, honest to God, of all the ones that are left,
but he looks
Tony Bennett.
Hey,
yeah, how you doing? I got herpes.
You sit through CeeLo Green and the Muppets, or as they called them last night, Disney's The Muppets. You'll be craving Tony Bennett. But here's the big moment. Yeah, they got lights on a tree.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And if you ever for a moment forget that you hate Al Roker, just watch this special again. You'll hate him all over again.
It's his moment of the year, isn't it?
It is. And you remember that 10 years ago...
he is a kid that was literally... It's like another boy in this room. He was raised by the magic glow of the box.
Yes.
That's how Al was raised. And Al loves the pop culture aspect.
And know that like 10 years ago, the lighting of the tree was just 5 minutes at the end of the 6 o'clock news.
Right.
And they've turned it into an hour of prime time.
It is an impressive sight. It's one of my favorite sights in New York City. I love going. If you get a chance, you should go up and check it out.
Have you heard about certain players in the NFL saying that they're taking Viagra before a game to give them the extra edge?
Really?
Yes. Here's Conan's take on that. Precisely, Mike. Our final tape today comes from Mr. O'Brien.
Crazy story. A wide receiver for the Chicago Bears claims that NFL players use Viagra to give them, quote, an edge. Yeah. Apparently it comes in handy when it's 4th and inches.
And that is Fathead's Magic Audio Vault.
That's a good line. I will we will come back and have buzz and news and all that other wonderful good stuff, whatever I'm talking about, on the Mike O'Mara Show right after this.
You ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Dave?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you?
Welcome back to MikeO'MaraShow.com. Rihanna's the one that dates Chris Brown, correct?
Yes, on and off.
Yeah. Okay. Or dated and he beat her up and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, she threw his Lamborghini keys out the window.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought he broke her sunglasses.
I have no idea.
That's another story.
I never hit anybody.
I never said you did.
Never would.
This photo spread in Esquire magazine. Wow. And she's got a tattoo.
I saw it.
Still have that laying
Did you
around?
see
Phenomenal.
it? The tattoo she's got right under her.
Oh, she's had that tattoo. I don't know. You know what? I feel weird about that tattoo. The one on her neck.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into that. Neck tattoos.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the news on right now. Buzz Burbank, who was just furious that he lost $40 yesterday betting on the lottery.
Never see it
Did you go home and tell? By the way, happy birthday, Marsha.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, we did. Well, we mentioned.
Did that ruin her birthday? The $40 that you had to go out of pocket?
No. In fact, when I got home, I found out that she had stopped and picked up some also. Hers didn't win either.
Oh, okay, good.
Right.
Were you
not good that they didn't win.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's good that she played.
Right, yes.
Yeah, you got to play to win.
It's like the gift of the Magi. They both bought losing tickets. It's a holiday miracle, and happy birthday, Mark.
Got to play to lose. We're brought to you today by the Man Grate. Men's Health calls it one of 2012's best grilling accessories. We call it one of the year's best holiday gifts. The Man Grate is 100% made in America cast iron. So you get real steakhouse grill marks.
Mike's hamming this up. No, I apologize.
You get real steakhouse grill marks and seal in the juices for that great steakhouse flavor.
What's the product again?
Oh, that's the Man Grate.
Buy them today.
And why not?
He's got a hurt tummy. We're going to give him an extra read today.
The Man Grate's just $19.99 when you order through the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. But wait, there's more. Order through us, and you also get a limited edition TMOS grilling brush.
I'm so glad you bring this up, Buzz, because if you have cats and they're shedding, there's no greater way to get the fur off your carpet than with the signature TMOS grill brush. What it does is it rejuvenates your carpet and liberates all that cat hair and dog hair from the carpet. You'll extend the life of your floors by months.
It's like massaging your cat. Give the grilling grate that's changing the way America grills. Give the man grate. Thank you.
But hey.
Now, I just did that because it sounds like a grate.
Well, no, that's it's
doesn't
open
that
now.
mean the vault is open? That's better.
All right.
You don't want to.
Incidentally, sometime in the near future, we're going to have some exciting new sound effects.
Oh, that's good. Well,
in
that's
the very
always
near
good.
future, Mike.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
As I was saying, you're not going to win the Powerball jackpot. Only two people in Missouri and Arizona did win the $380,000 payout.
I bet both
They'll
tickets
split it.
will be pools of people.
You think so?
Yeah, you know when it's like everyone at the meat packing plant does it? Yeah.
I think we all hope for the same thing. I hope it's a great story. I hope it's somebody that does a lot for their community.
I hope it's like 40,000 people. They all chipped in, so they all get like $80.
Yeah, it could very well be a wealthy person.
Or like a double amputee.
Thank you.
Yeah, but an arm and a leg.
Now over the about 70 people won $1 million each in the match 5 game, and some of them will never claim their money. And some of the people who won $10,000 each for matching 4 numbers plus the Powerball, they won't collect either. Over the last year, states held on to $800 million in lottery winnings that were never claimed.
It's a nice gig if you can get it.
God, I guess so.
What's the most gullible state when it comes to buying lottery tickets? Thank you, Florida, which is number 1 in Powerball ticket sales.
Of course it is.
Back in the real world, the economy continues to get better.
Hey!
The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell for the second straight week last week. We're still waiting for the November jobs report. The most recent report from October showed unemployment ticking up a bit, but mostly because people who'd given up looking for work jumped back into the labor pool. U.S. economic growth also was up more than experts expected in the third quarter of this year as we narrowed our trade deficit and made gains in consumer spending. November's spending figures got a big boost, obviously, from the Thursday through Monday buying spree. We're still paying for the recession in various kinds of pain, but we also have to recognize that the decline of the middle class has actually been underway for about 3 decades now. Middle-income jobs continue to vanish, leaving only the highest paying and the lowest paying, and that expanding lower-income group carries its own price tags, kids getting fat, undereducated, and poor because of their parents' low wages.
Hi, everybody.
The University of Massachusetts has been tracking this, and it says 2 out of every 3 new jobs in this country over the next 10 years will probably be low-paying jobs.
Didn't they interview one of those kids that was getting fat because of the vanishing
as a matter of
lower
fact,
middle class? Sounds like an adult, actually.
Yeah, well, I have it. So if
what did he have to say about that?
Just need a second. I'll bring
trying
up
to
that
remember.
yeah.
I know that there was they did a series of interviews.
Well, what they did is they followed him around, Mike, and they
what did he say? I'm trying to remember.
Well, what he did is they followed him around and they said, "How did you spend your day?"
Yeah,
and it was sort of almost like a travel log, you see.
What did he
say?
And
I'll do anything for food. I could eat 2 dozen eggs, 36 pork chops, 24 frankfurters. I've eaten a dozen bagels at one time, with 2 packages of cream cheese. I'm never full.
Never.
I'm never, ever full physically. I stopped at a Jewish deli and had 2 pastrami on clubs, 4 frankfurters, 2 knishes, and then went home and had Chinese food.
Yeah,
it's low income.
Thank you.
He knows what the researchers know, and that is just having a job is not enough.
That's
Chubsy
right.
Ubsy.
President Obama has a majority of us on his side when it comes to raising taxes for the rich, according to the latest Gallup polls, and that includes nearly half of all Republicans. That's a big stick for the president to carry into his talks with John Boehner about avoiding the fiscal cliff. But the White House says the president also sees room for negotiation over tax rates, giving Republicans another reason to meet him in the middle. The president says he hopes to have a deal by Christmas. He has to have a deal by New Year's. We hope. The president's having lunch today with Mitt Romney, as he said he would do, the 91 re-election.
I would
we all want to be there.
Just to watch live coverage of that. I know they're going to be in the room together, just the 2 of them.
Will it be candid? Will it be stiff? How will that go? That's what I want to know.
I'd just love to watch it. It would be so much much fun.
Did you see that picture where Mitt Romney looked like a homeless man?
Where he's filling up gas?
Yes. I felt so bad.
You know, when you have
feel bad?
when you have that kind of hair, you gotta tend to that all the time.
I mean,
Maintenance,
his
baby.
Quaff looked like he just got a gust of wind, and someone caught it right at the right time.
Pumping his own gas. Here I am for more years.
His hair is like a Rolls Royce. It requires constant maintenance.
One day, Oscar's filling his gas tank with cheap Mitt Romney gas, and the next day we see Mitt pumping it himself.
Mitt playing full price.
It's an amazing photograph.
Mr. Obama says he wants to get Romney's ideas for cutting waste and making government more efficient and more customer-friendly. The food industry, other news, in no particular order, the food industry continues to claim that HFCS, that's high fructose corn syrup, is just corn syrup, just a form of liquid sugar. But a new study shows that type 2 diabetes is much higher in countries that use a lot of laboratory-made sweetener than it is in countries that use much less of it.
What is the primary thing that you would ingest that is corn syrup? Would that be soda, sugary soda?
Yeah.
Is that number one?
That's where they really jam it down your throat. Yeah.
Okay, syrup.
Right. Yeah, and corn syrup itself, I don't think is necessarily harmful. It's not great for you because it is liquid sugar. High fructose corn syrup was designed, engineered, and made in a lab.
To go far, right?
And we've had an obesity problem.
Cheap.
There are a lot of things that we could trace to the obesity problem, too. The rise of fast food. But a lot of people think it's the HCFS, the high fructose corn syrup that we pack in so many foods now.
Buy that kosher Coke, that Mexican Coke. It makes such a big difference.
It's made with real sugar.
I like
sugar.
aspartame. I drink the diet soda.
Aspartame.
The Google says its Gmail users can now attach files that are 10 gigabytes big.
Chronicled in detail on Tech 411.
Yay! There you go.
So long as you use the cloud that will someday try to kill Sarah Connor. The EPA has suspended BP from getting any government contracts because of, quote, a lack of business integrity with regard to the Deepwater Horizon spill. So they're still paying for that.
Good.
And remember Tom Ricks, the former Pentagon reporter who called out Fox News on their air the other day as a wing of the Republican Party?
He wasn't being all that obnoxious.
No, you got to love this guy. He's just turned down an offer to appear on MSNBC telling that network, you're just like Fox, but not as good at it.
Yeah. And he's right.
Yeah, he is.
I like this guy.
You got to like this guy for that.
You bet he's a drinker.
I bet he is. He looks like he might have a pop or two.
And finally, from the home office in Delray Beach, Florida, we could argue all day over whether it's rabbit season or duck season, but a 48-year-old apartment supervisor, Scott Jensen, was too drunk to worry about that. He was on the roof of his complex last week shooting ducks with a pellet gun.
Naturally.
He faces animal cruelty charges now, but he drunkenly told police he'll do it again because he's tired of picking up the poop and feathers. I'm Buzz Burbank on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you, Buzz.
You bet.
Our show today was brought to you by TLC Laser Eye Center. Imagine ditching your glasses or contacts. Find out if you can at TLC. Their surgeons have an international reputation. They perform LASIK on over 2.2 million eyes. That's a claim no other center can make. TLC's equipment is state-of-the-art, and TLC's lifetime commitment is huge. TLC has locations all over the nation. If you move, you're covered. See what you've been missing. Call 877-TLC-2020 or visit them at tlcvision.com. And be sure to tell the friendly staff you heard about TLC from us, TLC Laser Eye Center. Don't forget Quench for Knowledge. Diana Ash, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Diana.
And we will see you all tonight at Quench in Rockville, Maryland. Let's jam the place.
Yeah.
Okay, baby? Have a great one. We'll be back. We've got a great bonus hour this week as well. We're taping that right after this show. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.